I'm excited about all of them. They're like your children, you know. You look at them and when they're done, you're like, oh my God, I love this, and even if it's terrible. I think that I think The Butler is going to be a good movie. I worked really hard on that movie, and it's a difficult film to make. And two African American leads, which as you go through the process of making films now, you realize that the international appeal for African American films is zero. And so that was a $30 million movie with two African American leads, and it was a very difficult movie to make, but it's kind of an amazing movie, and it's about a black butler who worked in the White House through 8 different presidents, and I think it's a true story, and it's a neat movie, and the director, Lee Daniels, we did Paperboy last year, which I really liked. I know it got mixed reviews, but I think it's a very good movie. He did Precious, which is also a very good movie. So I think this movie, in particular, I think is going to be his hopefully the movie that really swings out there and gets Oscar nominations, wins for people. Dallas Buyers Club, obviously, it's a movie that took a long time to get made, and I think it turned out really well. I'm in the process of making the U.S. deal for that right now. And then I worked on a movie last year called All Is Lost. That was the second film from J.C. Chandor, who I did Margin Call with the year before, and it's totally different from Margin Call. It's a one-man movie, unlike that was an ensemble picture. This one is literally just Robert Redford on his own, and it's an incredible film. It has very little dialogue. It's about a man who goes out in the middle of the ocean with his boat and gets hit by a container by mistake in the middle of nowhere, and the rest of the movie, the water's just gushing into his boat, and it's him trying to save himself. And it's a very special film, I think. And that will come out, we're trying to get it to Cannes, and then hopefully that'll come out in the fall through Roadside, did Margin Call. And then upcoming, I'm working on Werner Herzog's new movie, which I've been trying to do for a while now, and it looks like it's finally going to go in September with Naomi Watts starring in it. And it's called Queen of the Desert. It's a kind of a female version of Lawrence of Arabia. And I'm working on a movie with Kevin Costner that we're literally just starting on now, and which we'll shoot in June. And what else? I don't know. I'm constantly working on a lot of movies at the same time because, like I said, it's very difficult to get movies off the ground, like I was saying too. And so for me, I'm working on 20 to 30 films at the same time in order to try to make 5 or 6 movies a year. And last year I made 9 movies, but I was working on 30 films. So there's a lot of other films that I didn't make last year that I need to make this year, and a lot of new films that are coming up I need to make this year, maybe next year. So I'm working on a lot of films at the same time, and I'm hoping that at least I'm starting a movie every 2 months, basically.
I didn't want to follow Cassian answering the question. I hope I get a job this year. I'm available.
So I'm a big fan of yours. I told you I like your first movie very much.
We're returning to, we got a couple projects.
Amazing that you didn't make a bunch of sequels to Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, Jared was like, how about we don't piss on the grant? So he didn't say that because he doesn't do bad words.
But did the television cartoon end up making a lot of money?
We did 6 episodes on Fox. Wasn't great. No, good moving over to Comedy.
And is Jared working all the time?
Jared's pretty busy. Yeah, he did John Broncos, which was his last picture, and then he'd done Not Sure What Be Great before that, which was pretty successful. It kind of suffered.
At some point, he's going to be ready for the sequel, right?
yeah. Everybody's got bills, man. No, we're returning to comedy right now. We actually have 2 projects that we're pretty excited about because we're stepping out as directors for the first time. We'll plot at the end of the credits. We'll see. First, we have to get to set to make the pictures in the first place. We're coming back to comedy with a movie that I wrote and will direct. It's called Matt Epic. We raised about 4.1 to go shoot that last summer and hit casting problems and wildfires, so we're putting it back together to this summer. We're super excited in the casting process right now. I've outclassed myself on every level with the team. Our DP shot super bad, and our editor edited School of Rock, and they're all awesome. So hopefully, I just have to show up on set and point at stuff, and they'll fix it later. And that's a road trip wedding comedy set back in the middle. It's kind of the same world as Napoleon Dynamite, except a lot more bad words. And we hope to do that this summer, and then go into his picture.